Hello everybody. How y'all doing today? Good to see y'all. Welcome on in. Let's see here. I gotta check out my microphone a second. Yeah, I gotta add a filter here. Hold on. Turning all these on. Okay. And so what does this sound like? Hold on, testing sound. Okay. Go up a little more. There we go. All right, that should be good. Yay, sound. All right, welcome on in, everybody. Oh, let's turn that down just a little bit. There we go. That should be good. There, not in danger of peaking. Yay, not peaking. Brilliant. All right, so how y'all doing? Close that window. Hey, I'm DC. You can find me all over the internet. DC Lasair. Don't need that up. Pause that. Yay, I did things. Anyway, go there. Check out my website. Follow me on Blue Sky. Be great. Also, I have affiliate codes, or affiliate links rather, for you. First one is for Doris, a link in bio site, link shortener, blog platform. Head over to that affiliate link there. And if you like what you see and you want to sign up for the pro version, use the discount code DC Lasair to get 30% off for 3 whole months. And the other link is for Fantasy Grounds. They are a VTT and they have a reader app now in beta. And if you use that affiliate link and make a purchase, a little bit of that goes to me. So yay. All right. Welcome on in. Today we're doing crafty day things. Got a keyboard to try out for the writing desk idea, the portable writing desk idea. And then, thanks to all of you, I have this keyboard. And then we're going to do some Commonplace book stuff. So yeah. Let's get to it. Here. Oh, one more thing. Just before I started everything up to the go live, I was watching a YouTube video that said that the MacBook Neo is selling so well, they may run out. And the chip manufacturer that Apple uses is doing so many other chips, and for other companies and for Apple, for newer things, that they may not have time to make more of the chips that they kind of had in reserve for these. So I gotta look around, see if anyone else confirms this, because that's just one source of a video from a YouTuber I had never watched before. I'll check it out, see what's going on. Hopefully there's some more news somewhere on it. Yeah, that'd be interesting. The supply chain is all they have a problem of being too successful, I guess, if this is all true. Anyway, let's check out what we got there. There's the keyboard, all folded up. Foldable keyboard after all. Look at that. All right. Oh, you know what? I hit the wrong button. There we go. That's the correct button I needed to hit. All right, one look, making sure I am streaming where I should be streaming before I go over to that desk. And be streaming. All right. Oh, let's go over, see if we can get the keyboard working. I don't have a lot of room on. Oh, I gotta take my drink with me. Kind of short on room over here for all this stuff. I want to test out. So the idea is to have just a couple tools I can take with me somewhere and write with. And since I use Obsidian, I have tablet here with Obsidian on it. So we're going to power this on, get Obsidian going, and we're going to also get this keyboard unfolded and running and see if I can do the clicky clacks. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of room here because I already have the MacBook Air here and a secondary monitor so I can see things easier over on this side. So I will do the best I can with what we have. And I will try to give you a top-down view of what's going on with the tablet. So here's the tab. Oh, it just... Here's the tablet. Yay, it's on. I'm gonna log in. All right. So have the tablet on. Now then, to unfold the keyboard, we have a lock-unlock switch right here and the Bluetooth connecting button. We need both of these. Right now, it's kind of... And unfold it because... But press it down, lock in. It doesn't unfold all the way, so need to unlock. I'll get the hang of this keyboard one day. Okay, and we also need to have this hinge be up for this to be movable too. And neat thing is I can position this keyboard in different spaces. If I wanted to type like this, lock it in, and I can type like this for some reason. But usually we're going to go flat like that. Lock it in. Then let's see how good I'm at the home row. Okay. In the home row. You got it. Yeah, I did. Thank you, Smolecule. Yeah, I got thanks to my community and for your recommendation. I got the keyboard. And so I'm going to turn it on. Ooh, there's a light. Now I'm going to go to Bluetooth settings on the tablet. Turn those on. Hey, it found it right away. Okay. Gold touch keyboard. Okay, now I got to type in the pairing code. One moment. Can't communicate with the keyboard. Why not? Do that again. Talk to it. You see the keyboard. Okay, there we go. I had to hit the enter key after typing in the pairing code. All right, so here it is. It's a nice sturdy keyboard. I like that. Again, this lever is very useful as it's your locky in place lever. And you can stretch it out if you want. Kind of still gotta get a hang of it. So I can get it like this. Content. And we can lock in place. Oh, I was hitting buttons. Oops. Bluetooth, keyboard connected. It was actually doing stuff on the pad. Okay, so I'm gonna move the keyboard down here. Now, I'm gonna go to Obsidian. I have a blank vault here. Create a new note. All right, now let's see how well this works. There's the vault. All right. So I am low on space. Get used to where the keys are. That's my test note. Please clap. Oops. Yeah, the keys are nice, and they have the little home row bumps. And let's do a title. Yay. Look at that. And it's not very loud, which I like. Just gotta get used to the feel of it and where to position my fingers. And when I have more space, the idea is setting up a separate desk behind me, but so back that way, and just having this tablet and the keyboard on it, and that's my writing space. And then if I want to, I can just put these in a bag and take it somewhere. But yeah, yay, liking this. Okay. So there, I just wanted to show that off, and now we'll kind of show the keyboard. Again, apologies, limited space. I have a lot on this desk right now. This is usually the Gunpla space, so I've doubled this as a regular crafting space and everything, and boy, it's a lot. So we hold down the unlock lever that's behind here. As you can see, I could put it like that. I mean, so easy to type this way, right? We lift that up so we have complete keyboard freedom. And if I wanted to, again, we could tent it up. You know, you're in the mood to finger punch your words, maybe, right? I like that I have this option to kind of spread out the two halves. I like the feel. It's different than my normal keyboard, so I have to get used to it. So it's not bad at all. It's just different. Yeah, but as you can see, we got, let me, put it back so it can fit on the desk. But the tablet's just in the way right now. So, as you can see, I have arrow keys, print screen, backspace, got all the F function keys. Same thing over here. And then over on the side, which will definitely take some getting used to, is where they put the home, page down, page up, page down, and end screen. And then I can use this on Mac or PC. Or any OS. I mean, I was using it on an Android tablet. So yeah, go to goldtouch.com and you can find this particular keyboard. Is space again. I just gotta get a little used to the spacing. It is comfy keyboard. The keys are nice, especially for my hands. And you can see, you know, how much of my finger covers the R key here. Yeah, it feels nice. I always like the home row bumps and the F and J. Need those. Otherwise, you're just kind of lost in the dark, wondering what you're doing. Yeah, this can pair with multiple devices. Oh, there's a nice little light for the caps lock. Neat. Oh wow, the the tablet even puts up a little symbol on it when I have the caps lock on. When I hit the caps lock button. That's cool. Yeah, this should work well. And then I'm going to try this when I have proper spacing between tablet and desk and keyboard and everything. Just to show this off, I can't do that right now. And on the side here is another great feature. When you fold it up, it has this nice little rubber bump, so the keys aren't smashing against each other. They're just a little bit higher when you fold it together because of this nice rubber that's on both sides. And this is very light. I mean, barely notice its weight. For a big keyboard like this, you know, for kind of your full size about full-size keyboard in there. Yeah, you're not gonna really notice this too much in a backpack when you have a lightweight tablet. In fact, you might notice your tablet more than the keyboard weight. So again, thank you to all of you for donating so that this could arrive. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Smolecule, for recommending this keyboard. Great. This is the first time I typed on it. I waited until I could show it off to everybody. Great. I like having the space bar separate like that because there's a lot of foldable keyboards that will squish the space bar over a bit. So you know the hinge can fold over, and I don't think I'd like that. So the good compromise is having it split like this for the two halves. That I like. So get out of here. And I don't need the Bluetooth on anymore. So yeah, and this is going to be less than one of those writer decks. Turn off the keyboard. It's weird to me turning off the keyboard, but yeah, there it is. Fold it up. Unfold easy. And then I don't know if you can see the rubber is kind of protecting the keys from smashing together. Nice little feature. All right. That's great. All right, now we're going to do some commonplace stuff. Yeah, oh, one more weight test. So this is good. And then fold it up like this. Oh yeah, this feels lighter than the tablet, even folded up. Like this, I know there's a case, there's a tablet, there's a little bit of heft here, right? It's not an extreme, but you feel it. This is like less than paperweight. It's very easy. Oh, the other thing, rubber feet's on the bottom to keep it up a little bit off a tabletop or something. That's also nice. Like that. But yeah, you can pair this for up to 3 devices, I think. And you can hit a key combination and switch between devices easily. So let me put these things back, and then we'll open up Commonplace book and get to writing a little bit in there. I'm gonna use some washi tape too today. Let's see which one. And let's use the. Mm, mm. Got my choices. Got the washi tape, little spiral of washi tape, multiple tapes, tiny. I got the larger, tube of larger ones too. But let's pull out our field notes, Commonplace book. And get out one of our favorite pens. Let's see here. So far, these are the favorite pens. Once again, they're all uniballs. We'll go with this one today. All right, so there's pictures from the toy show the other week. Dust grenade. My birthday lunch. All right. So, looks like I'm slimming down on pages here. Okay, I want to decorate with some washi tape, so. I'm gonna just take them all out. And drop the tube on the floor. Let's see here. I don't think I've used this purple yet. Springleaf, hello. I'm trying to decide on washi tape. Yeah, we'll try the purple here. And then finding the beginning of where to peel. Oh, there we go. There's the bump. Ooh. Lay it down. There-ish. Fine. Yeah. That's all right. You'll kind of like that though. That's nice. Makes a nice border. Yeah, I've had all my washi tape I've had for a couple of years now, and since I haven't gone through it all, I'm being very good at not getting more. So I have some thoughts rolling around in my head that I just kind of need to put down, and they're kind of related to Tech Friday, or they are related to Tech Friday. So way to shop your stash, right? Because I have all these too. Shopping your stash? I would never. Hey, Lady Luck, welcome on in. So I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to put the tape I'm not using back in its home, so it's just not everywhere. Look at this. Me being responsible with stuff. Who would trust me like that? All right, quick look, see if there's any pictures I want to print out. Nothing I need to print out. However, thing I've been thinking about a lot is the app protocol. I don't even remember what it stands for, but it's the protocol that runs Blue Sky, and a bunch of other places are also using it. And it's starting to a little sloppy. I don't care. It's my notebook. So that's probably something I should write down to answer. What does it stand for? Because people will say, hey, join us in the atmosphere. Get it? But the AT doesn't stand for atmosphere protocol. It stands for something else. And then there's a whole bunch of websites using it. So and what's neat about it is that it's one of these decentralized platforms like Mastodon is a decentralized protocol or uses a decentralized protocol. One of the two. I can't remember which is. But I've seen photo sites. And we have video sites. So if you go to stream.place, there is that is like a Twitch service, but for the this idea of decentralized websites and everything. And you can, and there's 3 blogging platforms that have kind of joined together, and they're making a schema, and so that you can easily, anything you write on one of the platforms, if that platform goes away, you can easily port it over to another one. And that's called their schema for that is called standard site. And so I'm looking at the blog platform specifically. There's Offprint, Leaflet, and one called Pocket, PCKT, I believe. And just a year ago, I found an article about how the barrier to entry to App Proto things would be difficult for the average person. Well, now that these blogging platforms are out, it's really easy to make an App Proto thing. You just sign in with your Blue Sky and go for it. Hey, Brian, welcome on in. So the one of these platforms is what I'm considering for kind of my newsletter and the zine I want to do, and it be kind of those things, right? And then also thinking about adoption. If it gets mass adoption, does that matter? And are there going to be just a lot of these, and then a few stay constant, a few actually rise up to the top? Because again, there's even a conference for the App protocol, and that was held like a couple weeks ago or so. And so this idea of being able to move my post from one place to another with very low friction. I'm sure that'd be a little, would be great. However, I also use Obsidian, and everything that's going to go into the blog, it starts off as an Obsidian note. So I have it anyway, and I could just copy paste into a new platform. Should, again, probably have to arrange some things, but the main article content will be there for me, because using Obsidian, it just exists as a file on my main PC. However, the other idea, though, is that potentially, if there's comments to your article, those comments could carry over to another platform as well, and then you don't lose the conversation. Getting a little shaky on the hand. Okay. So these are just things that are floating in my brain that I want on paper and not out of my head and onto the paper. And I believe it was Brian that pointed out the adoption rate. And I wrote a little bit about this on my Discord, but still, there's just kind of want to get it on paper. And this was probably one of the things we'll talk about on Tech Friday, if I have enough time to look it up. But there's a couple other things to talk about as well. Okay. I do like this washi tape. That's a nice, lovely color. Is there going to be too many places? And then, because everyone's like, ooh, decentralized stuff, this is neat, and get into it. And then there's a lot of building all this. Hey, a raid, welcome in. Starry Dell, welcome. Thank you for coming on in. Here to raid the galaxy, also my galaxy even. Welcome on in. Dell says we can bully you with love and respect. Indeed. Hello, Captain Call, welcome in. Tabs are collapsing. Great. Let me get you a shout out in just a moment here. Said be nice and lovely, in fact. Are things going? Things are going good. Just showed off my new keyboard. It works well. I'm not at my usual workspace, so it just... There, go follow Dell. They're great. So if you don't know me, hi, I'm DC. You can find me everywhere under DC Lasair. You can see my website in the upper left corner of your screen. Go there, see all the things I do. I produce TTRPG actual plays. I just did a charity stream this past weekend, which you can find on my YouTube. And I'm a streamer Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Play video games. Wednesday is craft day, or sometimes gunpla day. It's just got to be craft related, really. And then Friday is Tech Friday, where I talk about streaming tech and other tech that interests me and things going on in the TTRPG space as well, because I like TTRPGs. Not a problem. So right now we're catching up with Commonplace. We're talking about the app protocol, or app proto, which is a decentralized platform. And one of my concerns is that, yes, you can use your Blue Sky login. You can have one source of authentication, but again, this is using the same login across multiple sites. Now, there might be some sites that let you kind of create another account underneath your main account, so maybe, but that isn't the best for security. My hand's getting a little shaky, so. Not to worry. But yeah, right now in Commonplace, getting thoughts in, using washi tape. Probably the main reason, use washi tape. That's some of the things I'm thinking about around that. Oh, and this is the current pen. I do have a stash of favorite pens. Right now, they all happen to be Uniballs. But here are my top pens. They have a special place in my overflowing pen case, because I was like, oh yeah, I don't have that many pens, and this case should be enough. And now I have more pens than this can hold. So, you know, decisions were made. All right, what time we got here? All right, we got a little bit before break. Fine. That helps. Oh, they say that buying office supplies is a different hobby from using office supplies. Brilliant. Love it. So here are my goals I set out at the beginning of the year. Technically, I did run an AP. I ran a charity stream. The saving for walking pad probably isn't going to be happening this year. Haven't done this. Gotta work on vaults. And then someone was like, I was like, well, what if I publish my TTRPG world? And they said, and someone said they would like that. So I added that goal. But the next goal I hope to complete sometime soon is finish the TTRPG vault, which is just a way to, using Obsidian to structure your notes for your TTRPG games. and make that available to everybody for free. And then the App Proto stuff is also related to the Start an e-zine thing. Now, I could use a service called Digital Garden, which directly plugs, it isn't in the App Proto system, but it does directly plug into Obsidian. I just add a little thing up top and say, I want this to go out onto the web, and I want this note in my Obsidian vault to go out to the website. And so it's a more direct linking of those two things. So that's also under consideration. And this was going to be the first way of doing it before I started looking at the app protocol. Which is interesting, but again, point of failure, using the same login for everything. Not the greatest security practice. Like most craft-based hobbies. Heard your fiber artists and pastel artist friends having similar issues. Hey, 10 stream streak. Thank you. Give the past 10 streams a 10 out of 10. Amazing. Thanks, Springleaf. Appreciate that. Let's see. And then I think I need to add another piece of washi tape to the bottom. Oh, of course, washi tape is not the stickiest of things. Do a little folding trick right there. Yeah. Gotta run and do some chores. All right. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming on in. I appreciate the raid. Yeah, new pages. Phil. Oh, other crafty project I did was I took field notes guides because I like field notes books. And I made this handy reference guide for D&D 5th edition 2024 rules. This is, and gave some out to friends. I think I have one left. But yeah, I have an index. And it just goes over some of the things that I have a hard time remembering about D&D 2024. And so conditions and everything like that, because I still have a lot of the 2014 stuff in my head, and I'm just getting used to it. So, and also sometimes there's stuff in a TTRPG I just don't want to keep in my head, and so I have reference notes to it. So yeah, like I don't want to remember all these tools, so I made myself a little guide. So that someone says, okay, I have Mason's tools. What can I do with that? I can open up the guide and tell them they can craft block and tackle with Mason's tools, right? But yeah, and I was trying to figure out how to do this with one sheet of paper. And the only problem I have with that is that because of my printer, it doesn't print evenly on front and back. And you'll find this with a lot of home printers. So I would have to go somewhere and pay money to get the copy just right consistently. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to try it at home, but in order for the one sheet of paper thing to work, I think I have to go somewhere that will line it up, because it takes a long time to try to figure out where that error is on your particular printer. And if that printer ever breaks, I would probably have to do this process all over again for a different printer. So what I may do next is take my files that I've prepared, because there's a certain way of folding a sheet of paper into a single zine, and just print off some copies and then fold it. But I also really like cutting and pasting it into a notebook like this, because at the end we have some nice blank pages too. But now the single sheet version of this will also have some blank pages at the end, but not as many. So you have space for your own notes. Yeah, this was one of my other projects that I did earlier this year. I think I just need to go to Kinko's and say, hey, I need this, I need the front and back of this page to line up exactly. And then I can take the pages home, do all the cutting and folding I need to do. Cutting, folding, and stapling. Yeah, so the field notes had a Parks thing last year, so I got the Park set. So I have a few notebooks with these lovely covers on them. But this is my first ever Commonplace book, and obviously it's not going to last me all year, but it'll be good. I can put this somewhere. I'll have to have an organization thing. If I stick with field notes for my Commonplace books, maybe there's the field notes organizers that you can get and just plop them in there. And so maybe I get one and, kind of bundle them together. Yay, Commonplace, right? I may do that because I really like field notes guides. they're just handy. Plus, I can print off pictures. Like, there's a local toy show, and the guy had a box of Ultramans. So I had to take a picture of it. And then the toy show happened again a couple weeks ago. And that guy was back with the box of Ultramans. So I clearly had to update the picture. There's just something about pocket-sized notebooks that are wonderful. Yeah, of course. I mean, this year, or there's going to be another one this year, but for the first one of the year, we have this Ultramans with a bit of like orange hair going on, or orange something. But so, one with hair, yeah. Slightly different arrangement of the Ultramans. I don't have a proper plural for Ultraman, so I'm going with Ultramans, because one of these is Ultraman. I clearly couldn't say Ultramens because that's not the character's name. Character is named Ultraman, so Ultramans. Lots of, yeah. I think that works. Was the collective noun for a group of Ultraman, right? All right. Oh, it is break time. All right. So I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. I'm going to run some ads. Please stay tuned. There's more coming up. We can chill and talk about other things. And yeah. So I will go over to my other desk, hit some buttons, and see you back here in about 5 minutes. Go into the other desk. These are the words I say while I go to the other desk. Yay! Other desk. And now I hit the buttons. Be right back. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for staying tuned through the break. Just getting some more stuff to do a little bit of show and tell on here. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining me this Wednesday. Just gotta peel some tags off of things. Give you some ASMR here. So, in a couple weeks, April 18th, it will be Record Store Day, where you can go to, I think it's recordstoreday.com, and see what records will be available at your local record shop. They're participating. And you can purchase exclusive vinyls that are only available that day, or if the store still has some, they'll keep selling it. They'll put them out the next year, things like that. And so a friend of mine and I make a day of it. And I bring this up because then Craft Day in a couple weeks, I'll have pictures from Record Store Day, and we'll be putting those into the Commonplace book as well. But here's some of what I got last year. This video game lo-fi sampler. And if you remember Showbiz Pizza, Rocket Fire Explosion, they had an album last year. And if I can show them off, there you go. Emmylou Harris, because my musical tastes are very... Oh, that bumped up against my mic. But yeah, so I try to not spend a lot on Record Store Day, but yeah, you can look, and if you have a participating store near you, you can go to the website and they list all the records that are available, and you don't know which ones your record store will have. So a friend of mine and I, we make a whole day of it. We go to a local record store, and then we'll travel an hour and a half to a different city and go to go to a record store there or two. And I think last year the Record Store Day trip was also where we found the small bookshop that was probably violating many fire codes, which was kind of scary to be in. So didn't know if a bookshelf would fall over on us. The nice thing about the local record store is that after you go through, you can get a free hot dog and a pop. See, looks like friends are trying to make dinner plans for tomorrow. Free food, right? And it's a fun balance because, you know, you've made your purchases, so you're holding your records, and then you got to hold a hot dog and a pop, and yeah. I mean, even if there isn't a record that I'm interested in, I get a free hot dog. So yeah, we travel around to different record stores because not all record stores have the same will have the same records for record store day. Usually there's kind of one or two that I'm really like, ooh, it'd be great if I could get this. All right, let's see. But yeah, looking forward to doing that in a couple weeks. That'll be my entire Saturday then. This Saturday, I'm going to run another session of my doing a small campaign using the Shadow Dark TTRPG rule set. So we'll be continuing that. And oh, there's my pens again. I didn't put my pens away where they need to go. They go see the pens that I really like get pride of place in this top pocket here, and then everything else goes into here. But now I have a bunch of pens over to the side here that don't have a home. I need more homes for pens. And pro tip, if you like pens, sometimes Walgreens has some pretty good pens, like these Uniball ones. It's actually called Uniball 1. So, you know, you got the little metal clip thing here. Got this. This flows really well. The only thing I didn't quite like was the grippy part. There's not really a grippy part that I like because I like my grippy parts. Take that as you will. All right. Looking around here a second. Actually, let me take care of these. There. Oh yeah, and if you weren't here earlier, got this foldable keyboard for my portable writing stuff idea. I have a tablet I use, and we connected up the tablet. So it's a simple off on. It's extremely light. Like it weighs less than the tablet does. Then if I unlock it, I can unfold it. Then, you know, if I want to lock it again, put that down, lock in place. You can even make a little tent of this. Rex, hi, welcome on in. That is clearly matter, not light. You can't fool me. Right. Oh, Tech Friday. And speaking of light and things, space, Artemis 2. We'll be talking about some of the tech the Artemis 2 crew is using. But yeah, so it's a nice keyboard. The keys fit my fingers nicely. We have the home row bumps. I can tell where I am when I can't see the keys. Home row bumps. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So I plugged it in, paired immediately with the tablet. That was great. Just gotta kind of get used to the feel of it. And the keys are quiet. I like that. They feel good. It's a very, very nice keyboard. So thank you everybody that contributed to this. You fold it, pull it back, and then the nice thing is it has these little pads, one on each side, little rubber pads here. So when you close it, the keys don't squish into each other. Love that. And then there's the hinge and the little wire connecting everything. But yeah, this was a great thing. Because I had been talking about writer decks and things like that, and those are expensive, and they have small screens. So you get a keyboard and a screen that's maybe 3 inches across, a couple inches high. I can't see that. So I picked up, and they're anywhere from, they start at 300 and go up to 500 or more. I'm like, that's way too much for, especially a tiny screen. So got a tablet, and thanks to community, was able to get this nice keyboard. And now I have a portable writing thing to go where that tablet is just for writing or reading on. But I, turned off a bunch of stuff, taking stuff off of it. I'm not using it for anything else. It is just for reading my ebooks or writing on, and that's its only function. I'm not putting social media on it, not any other apps really, other than some I might need. Obviously, I'll probably need a web browser at some point, but not going to use it. Just needs to open Obsidian, so I can type in a note, write what I want, and then I can take those notes out, place them in another vault, or have it be part of the Obsidian sync thing. And that's all it needed to do. And it didn't cost me near as much as one of those writer decks. Because with the awfully tiny screen, that tiny screen doesn't help me focus. It gives me eye strain. But if it's useful to you, by all means, go for it. That's great. I think that's wonderful. I know I would just get frustrated with it, and I really wanted something that was just dedicated to writing. And because I use Obsidian for everything, that was a keyboard and a device I could carry with me just about anywhere. Wonderful. All right. Let's see what else we got. Oh, something. Let's see. Can I get to? I can get to here. So, as I mentioned, I did a charity stream on Saturday. Had a fabulous time. One urban bohemian was in it. That was great. And I made a Blue Sky post about something I would like to see. I apparently can't get to the exact post, but what I'd like to see as part of afterwards on TTRPG, especially charity one-shots. So I sent an email out onto my players as a thank you for joining me. But then I also included the total made for the charity, the URL of the game on my YouTube, and a couple links to some Blue Sky posts related to it. So there's a couple really nice things said, and even got some fan art. So I included links to that. That way, the cast also has a record of these things, as well as me. And because I was realizing that I've done a lot of charity work, uh, a lot of charity actual play stuff, and I've produced things for other channels. I've ran games for other channels. I was a player in games for other channels. I really don't have a record of any of that. And so this was to kind of give my players something useful and to help me keep track of these things as well. So I'd like to see other people do something similar. All right, we'll go a few more minutes, and then we'll hop on a raid here. Getting a little hungry. I think having a hamburger and fries tonight, so that ought to be pretty good. Yeah, tomorrow will be video games. We're currently playing through Bravely Default. And then on Friday will be Tech Friday, where we have a bunch of stuff to talk about. We'll talk about the app protocol, a couple of new features in Chrome, a Windows setting I didn't realize was there that streamers might find useful, and some other things. Let me look here what I have down for it. Ooh, Tech Friday. Oh yeah, the Artemis 2 tech. We'll go through some of that. I'll talk about how cool the moon is and the pictures we got. Some of the things they used. New features for Chrome, Windows 11 setting, and probably the app protocol. So that'll be Tech Friday this Friday. And I think I will wrap up here for today. Switch views. Hey, hi, how y'all doing? All right, let's go on a raid. Stay tuned for the raid. That helps me out tremendously. Thank you, Starry Dell, for the raid. Appreciate it. Once again, I'm DC. You can find me all across the internet, DC Lasair. Go to my website. Follow me on Blue Sky. I have a YouTube channel. Just follow me all those places. They'll be great. There's good content. All right, let's go raid Steven on yet? Yeah, Steven's on. So we'll go right into Steven. That'll be great. Steven is playing something called Peaks of Yore, and then a demo or two. So we'll go say hi. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. Come back tomorrow for more Bravely Default as we head towards the water crystal. And please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I will see you all tomorrow for more video gaming. Yay! Have a great evening. Bye.